Hey everybody, welcome back to Roll for Fun. It is Tuesday night. We are live. Thank you for joining us, as always. Hope everything has been going well. Everybody is doing well. Let's see. First off, as you notice, hopefully you noticed right away on the overlay here, some badass new character portraits. Done courtesy of Porzio art. You can find her on Twitter at Porzio_art. There's a little banner down there underneath the live stream on the channel page. But she did an amazing job looking at Lycus and Inegh and Euron and Syaanis and all their amazing glory. It's almost like you could reach out and touch them. I was super excited. So stoked about them. So thank you to all of our supporters, everybody, whether you're viewing or actually financially contributing or whatever you're doing. It's because of you and for you. So I hope you think they're as badass as we do. So check her out. Give her the props she deserves, please. Much love to her. As always, Devin Knight, amazing token artist, custom tokens. We use them throughout the campaign. We will use them throughout the campaign. Awesome partner of the stream, has been since we ever started this in its infancy. A very different look and feel and everything many moons ago now. Been with us every step of the way. So big shout out to him. immortalknights.com/token site. You can see there's this new fancy little, I'm not sure what side it's on, but one of those two sides. No, actually it's right underneath me on the overlay. That I gotta remember where I put everything. The new info banner. It's got a little bit about the characters. It's got the social media stuff, fill in the gap there, and we're just going to use the actual map on the when our players are being heroic fighters and in tricksy situations. It's going to take some getting used to, so bear with me if I have a little bit of a lag when I'm trying to remember what to do and how to do things, but it's all for the better, and it's only going to get better from here. What else? I think that's it. Did I forget anything? Was there something? No? Oh yes, no, I did. Fantasy Grounds Unity Early Access. We're using Fantasy Grounds Unity Early Access. So what you see, it's important to note, it is not a final product, it's not a finished product. So there may be bugs, there may be glitches and things like that, and we're just gonna power through, adapt and overcome. And but in the meantime, it's been working pretty damn well for us, and we're excited about it. So I hope you enjoy it as well, with the cool line of sight, fog of war type stuff. But that's a thing as well. Ari, as you can see, is not in her normal location. She went on a little trip, much deserved trip, and so she is hanging out in a different room. But thank you for joining us, even though you're on a trip and everything. And thank you all my other players for showing up every damn week without delay. You're amazing. Thank you so much. All right. So I think that's the point that we are going to stop talking about announcements, and we're going to play some D&D. So, when we last left off, our mighty heroes, the heroes of the prophecy, the heroes of the heartlands, whatever you want to call them, they were working to not only complete their great labors, but they also extended their heart to the people of Astoria to bolster them in a time of need, and also help prevent the influence of the Order of Sydon from gaining hold on this desperate city, considering the recent events of the past. The largely leaderless Astoria could use a hand, and they generously decided to go and do something about that. He dispersed some flyers to counter the Order of Sydon's propaganda. You traveled back to the Mossy Temple to put a stop to the area's kidnappings of young adults and teenagers by the evil dryad Demetria. Upon arriving at the Mossy Temple, you found that things were not how they were when you left them. The tree, the sacred tree in the center of the ancient glade, had been burned by Lutheria. Demetria's eyes had been gouged out as it was burning, as a form of severe punishment, being her tree burning the last thing she ever saw. Along the way, you dispatched a few maenads, a bunch of goatlings, and a very surprised and largely ineffective Gigan, much to your credit. Leaving Demetria burning in her bedroom, the party made its way back after securing Ari's ring and Syaanis picking up a fancy new spear. I'm sorry. Euron's ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I corrected myself first. Got me. After securing your family's ring and Syaanis's new spear of the old wood from the back of the Gigan, you made your way back to Astoria. And as you were approaching the gates, here it is, it's dusk. There's some light left in the sky, but it's starting to get to that purplish gray of sunset. You're approaching the city gates, walking amongst yourselves. You have traveled very far in a single day. You have fought. You have talked. You have bled and bruised together. Not much, though. And that's where we're going to pick back up. So, the beautiful marble walls and gate of Astoria lie before you. All of the buildings you can see rising up the hill, stretching into the distance. The street, relatively busy, considering the time of day. Everybody is still kind of disheartened, but you can see a couple of little kids near the gate, and they run up and rip a piece of parchment off of the wall and plaster up another one that you recognize as one of your posters, Lycus. And then they scurry back up the street and go do the same thing further on. The scene is yours. What would you like to do?
Boy, I tell you what, this city looks really good with my face plastered all over it.
It's your words rather than your face, but...
Yeah, but a poet's words is his being. It's his essence. Not only that, look, I actually got a little bit of scribble down there with a likeness of me. You don't usually see it because of all the words, but yeah. They're going to know it's me.
And that does look nice, I'll give you that.
Oh.
Gotta say, I didn't expect those kids to be able to pull off all those posters that fast.
I hope they're all okay.
I may or may not have had to give up some of the other party members' funds to accomplish that, but I'm telling you what, you throw some silver at these kids, it gets the job done.
You know how little money I have.
Well, material possessions are nothing. You've done so well without money. Why do you need more money? We gave it to the children.
I have lived like a pariah for the last year. What's that about money?
I'm just saying you wear it so nobly. You're so pious. So pious. Where's Kira? Where is my love?
Probably back at the tavern.
Shall we visit? I'm feeling rather upbeat myself, and I think I would love to just, have myself a good dinner, a good drink, some food, wine.
Do we think she's at the tavern, or do we think she's left for Mitros already?
Because she was going to do this whole... She said she was going to take the body and then come back, right?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell you what you would think.
She okay.
Well, we can go see if she's back.
She said that she would take the body to Mitros and come back, and that it would only take a couple of hours. Yeah, maybe
she did say that, yes.
Yeah. So, all likelihood she's there, or perhaps she's in the palace. That's the only other option I can think of.
Yeah. Well, let's go.
All right. So, you make your way up the streets of Astoria, passing people. They glance over their shoulders or look at you longingly. Not longingly.
Wave, smile.
Yes, you definitely are attracting a fair share of attention. People looking at you, the glimmer of hope in their face as you walk up the street. Their faces and chins held a little bit higher. You make your way to the tavern, you said? The Dragon Tooth?
Yep.
Okay. You arrive there. A familiar scene. The tables, Delphion behind the bar. Lorius follows you in and immediately goes and gets some type of a drink from the bar. Sits down at a table. The dwarves that you met the other day, at least one of them, Inegh, and then a couple of new miners are sitting off in their typical corner. There's also, you see several humans and elves and halflings eating, talking, not rowdy or anything, but not really quiet either, just kind of enjoying themselves, for lack of a better term. You do not see Kira. Not here. Glancing amongst the crowd.
Do I recognize the miners in the group? Like, is the one that I spoke to, the old guy that I spoke to there?
He is. And one of his compatriots is similar as well, but there's 3 or 4 others that are unfamiliar.
Okay, I'll kind of try to like meet his eyes just to kind of inquire whether he has like any information for me. Because he was gonna check into some stuff.
He was. As you walk in, your hooves kind of hooves. I need to work on that word, hooves. Echoing on the wooden floor. They quickly notice you all. He glances up from his mug and you see him wipe foam away from his mouth. His eyebrows go up and he head nods towards you and he turns and talks to some of his friends, like kind of, just give me a second, be right back, kind of a thing. Like he's wrapping up business. So it seems like he's going to be making his way over to you.
Okay, cool. I'll wait for him to approach me then.
All right.
I'd like to go up to Delphion at the bar and start first ordering some food. And then I'd say, so the woman we were here with, Kira, has she been back at all today?
Oh, Lady Kira.
Yes.
No, last time I saw her was, I think early this morning. She came in, she got some wine, and, that's about it. She kind of left in a hurry. Strange, she's usually in here more often when she's in town. I think she might be up at the, castle if she's around. That's where she's been managing the affairs, so to speak. So you could try there.
Wonderful, thank you.
My pleasure. Anything else?
Some dinner, please.
And wine.
Ah,
And a healthy dose of wine.
of course.
Top shelf.
Top shelf.
Back of the bar, top shelf.
You see him turn and look up, and you see several very dusty bottles up there.
That one there.
We'll take 2.
The good shit, my good man.
2? Oh,
That's the kind of day we've had.
all right. Just let me get Burden. Burden, where's the stool? God, where's this? Oh, there.
You need a hand up.
No. I got it. You just sit right there. Burden, get some cups. And he turns and gets down 2 bottles. They're very, very similar, except one's slightly more green, the other one's slightly more blue. And he pushes them towards you, and you want the whole bottle? Bottles? It's fine. I'm just
Yeah.
Okay, that'll
Yes.
be 4 gold.
All right.
I got it.
All right. Well, just he pops the corks and pours one glass of each for the lot of you, and then pushes the bottle towards you. Let me go work on that dinner. We have something very, very special tonight. Some farmers came in, and we managed to get some prime cuts on the house with the purchase of these good wine bottles.
Nice.
We'll be right back. He turns and goes into the back in the kitchen.
So, Lycus, I have a bit of a proposition for you.
I'm all ears. I take a big swig of the dragonhorn wine that I keep on my side.
How would you feel about seeing which of us can drink the other end of the table?
See, in my youth, I definitely would have done so, but since then I have elevated to a higher level.
I was about for 20 gold.
I will fucking own you.
All right. So...
let's do this.
Yeah, 20 gold each.
Allow me to... I kind of look a little left, look a right, reach into like one of my pockets, another pocket, another pocket, another pocket, pull out some coins, pull out 20 gold.
I go into my knapsack, just slam 20 gold on the table. All right.
I'll ready the bottle for refills.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's do this.
At this moment, you hear a as the mug slams down on the table next to you, and the dwarf that you were eyeing, Inegh, is over here by now. Well, excuse me, I don't mean to intrude, but I have some business with the lady here, and I couldn't help but notice it looked like you were making a little bit of a wager. Maybe my kind of a wager, if you don't mind.
I mean, this is kind of between us, but if you want to bet on either of us, have at it.
I'll be happy to take his money too.
What are the bones? What are the bones?
Whoever doesn't pass out from drinking wins.
And what's the ante?
We're
20.
starting it at 20 gold each.
Starting at 20 gold.
Nah, I've got 100.
You got 100 gold, then what?
100 gold. I'll put my 100 against your 20 if you'll have me.
Oh, so it's a 3-person.
Both of
Oh,
you.
really?
Lycus, you're in a three-way.
Who do you have? I'm well aware of navigating this. Whoa. What are you trying to say? I am a satyr of renown with the ladies. Moving on. Try to pretend like he's actually been in here and done that before. So who are you here to have business with? Because I want to make sure you get that taken care of.
I don't think I've met you, so I'm
out.
assuming it is Inegh.
I'm gonna talk to the warrior by my side, but
all right.
Don't fret, little master. I can drink and talk at the same time. I just hope you can.
Okay. And what happens in this? Do you have anything important to say that we just need to get out of the way first? Because I'm pretty sure we'll have you knocked out on your ass before the night's over, and you'll probably sleep a whole 8 hours.
I'm gonna apologize for Lycus speaking to a dwarf this way, and pour the dwarf a glass of the wine that we just bought.
All right.
I'm not being rude. No, this is just friendly banter. I just want to make sure before this game kicks off that anything important needs to be said will be said.
I'm sure we'll be.
It's quite all right. I assure you. No, I just I spoke with the old timers in the mine, and they gave me a little more information that you asked about to learn about the mithril mines, and so I wanted to share that with you. since you promised, of course, to try and bring the ancestors back, or at least what remains of them you can.
Yes. So at this point, like, I'll address the party and be like, this is who I was talking about that was going to go find information on how to reignite the forge. So, and then I'll introduce him to my party. There's Lycus, and Euron and Syaanis. So these are our party, and this is who is going to go to the forge and try to reignite it, depending on the information you can give to me.
I would have met you properly, but from what I understand, I was
Drunk.
Yes. Hence why I am not in this. That's why I am not in this competition. Right. First round.
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's start with the drink, and then we can do this.
I'm sure I don't need to count you in, but.
Well, I mean, technically, they haven't said whether or not they accept my challenge, so it's kind of up to them.
Well, boys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will happily take your money, sir. Dwarf. Friend. Welcome. Any friend of Ina's.
What is your name? What might we call you?
Well, most people just call me Dan. It's not the name I gave you last time, but I feel like we're friends now, so you can call me Dan.
Dan.
Aye.
Dan.
Dan the dwarf.
Dan the dwarf.
I mean, if you're going to bring moderation to it, sure, but I prefer just Dan.
Pleased to meet you, Dan.
Meet you too, pretty lady. Well, alright, well, first up, here's the auntie.
Euron is quietly questioning his eyesight.
Slaps the coins on the table, fills a cup. Who would like to lead us off then?
Alright.
Syaanis?
Sure. I mean, I brought this up. I might as well go first.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Oh, thank you.
All of you. I'll say that for all of you.
Of course.
I see you.
Appreciated, Mom.
Alright. So, we're rolling for con saves, right?
Take your swig. Go ahead and give me a Constitution save, yes.
And that's an 18.
All right. So you see Syaanis pick it up and drain it. Easy, no issue. Wipes a bit. Lycus?
You say con save?
Yes.
That is a 20, not natural.
20, all right.
I rolled an 18.
Nice.
He rolled a 14. So everybody, you see one after the other, they pick up their mugs, cups, drink, water fall around the table. They all slam back down, bits of liquid fly all over the place. You see his friends have come over and formed a little bit of a semicircle around. And as you all slam your mugs down, cheering you on. And kind of talking, patting you all on the backs.
I will refill Syaanis and Lycus's cups, and if Dan has moved on to his wine, I'll make sure his is at a good level.
You got it.
Dan, is this good for you? Is this okay? I mean, I don't know if this wine is a little too strong or not strong enough. I don't know what dwarves usually go for, so you be my guide.
I'll be fine.
You'll be fine? Okay.
Yeah, I've been drinking for about 3 hours already anyway. But
wonderful.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I intruded, so whatever you fellows like to sling back, I'll sling with you.
Excellent. Round 2. Let's do it. Music, maestro. Let's get some good music going here. We got a bet on this table.
The minstrels come up and they start playing closer to you, and people start to kind of form a little bit around. People start throwing like little money on side tables, taking their own little bets. It's a mighty dwarf for the heroes of the prophecy. This is crazy. I got silver on the furry one.
Which furry one?
They're actually referring to the dwarf, which is funny.
I might lean back, and if there's anyone that's, maybe sober enough that might be heading outside, I might see if I can offer a little bit of coin and say, see if you can get some people in here, more people in here to watch. I have a feeling that after everything, you might need some cheering up.
Okay. A relatively homely dressed man and woman is who you pull aside and make him nod and, of course, we'll be right back. And they walk outside and you hear, hey everybody, the heroes of the prophecy are getting to a drinking contest! So people start pumping in. Before very long...
Please let this get to Kira. Please let Kira find out about this.
Before very long, the tavern gets very, very full and very raucous.
My kind of party.
Yes, better and better and better. As all this is developing and taking a break between the drinks and pouring them everything, Dan leans over to you. I know. So, like I was saying, I told you in the past, I expect you to remember that the monsters ran us out, and it seems that my memory was I don't think my memory was foggy, to be honest. I think I was damned right, but several of the older timers, they had a different take on things. So I figure I'd give you their spiel, and you can just you can determine what you want. But as far as the history of the mine goes, in case you need to know this for any reason that pops up, when the first of my ancestors came over with the Dragon Lords, I was a wee lad. They explored the mountains in the area to try and find the precious metals that we needed to do what we need to do. Mining, crafting, building, etc. And they found a motherlode of adamantine and mithril in the central mountains up there to the west. That's why they're called the Mithril Mountains now. Anyway, they started mining them, and then the First War happened. And at the height of the First War, they had developed this amazing forge, this glorious forge, and the god called Vulcan was there crafting amazing weapons and armors and magical artifacts, and it was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Let's talk more drink!
Oh, all right, let's go. Sorry, I get on my soapbox.
All this shit talking about that, we're here to drink!
Bottoms up. He slams a mug down and starts drinking. Alright, he rolled a 16.
Ooh! I rolled a 1. So that'd be a 3.
Alright.
And I rolled a 14.
A 14. Okay, so, Lycus.
How are we doing this? The lowest number loses? Is that what it is?
What's happening is, now remember, you're taking these drinks, but you're also kind of sipping and socializing as well, so it's not like one drink
and
after
I got
the other.
cheese sticks.
Yeah.
Fucking mozzarella sticks.
What's going to happen is there's an increasing DC for each drink, and every time you fail is going to give you a rough equivalent of an exhaustion point. With 3 exhaustion points, you pass out.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you have 1 drunk point.
I hop up on this fucking table. Are you not entertained?
Dance for us!
I kick up some like Irishmen kicking like, oh yeah.
The coins are like going everywhere.
And for some reason I'm drunk, but I can get this. Yeah, like I do like that Russian like kick down really low, kick the legs out. I'm on the table, just having a blast.
I just look at Aina during this whole thing and I'm just going, I suppose Astoria needs a good time, yes?
I'm gonna go run over and hug Cyan as if like, brother! She can go ahead and keep telling about the dwarven mine.
So, as I was saying, oh well, watch it, buddy. We worked it for about a decade during the First War, and we really started to help turn the tide. And I guess the Mad Queen got tired of it, and so she unleashed this horrifying huge three-headed beast, and it came up from the depths of the mine. And before we knew it, 3/4 of us had been slain and the rest were run out. We beseeched the dragon lords and the gods, and they sent some of the dragon lords. They were spread very thin on the fronts and in the Cerulean Gulf, but they tried for months, and by the time they had gotten this three-headed beast had already given rise to hundreds of smaller two-headed beasts. They'd make progress and then get kicked out, and make progress and get pushed back. And eventually they just sealed the mines, trying to keep the monsters in. But anyway, the mines themselves, you could travel due west of here to get there. There's an old trade road that used to bring things to and from Astoria. It'll take you most of the day from what they say. I don't remember much. But they did say that if you want to go there, you could take the trade road. It's kind of overgrown, but you should be able to find it. It'd take most of the day that way, but you could take a more direct route. If you follow the sun straight west, it'll take you 3 to 4 hours that way, but it's going over the mountains themselves, and so it's prone to be more dangerous, and you also might lose your way if you're not careful.
Okay. Did they have any insight on how to light the forge again if we wanted to get it back in working order?
They did not work the forge themselves, but for that they advised that you could go see Vulcan himself. He's usually here. Sometimes he travels to the surrounding farmlands to give them farming equipment and things that he made, but typically he's here. You can find him in his forge.
Okay.
As far as actually lighting it goes. But
you see this big old mug just kind of slide across the table and a loud screeching, like.
all right.
Euron stops it mid-motion.
And like the music has stopped at this point. We're like,
the invisible guy.
kick it up!
All right. He cheers. All right, another round. Let's do it. Ooh.
Euron refills all the cups.
All right.
21.
You're good. This one goes down. You don't feel any more effects.
Wow.
15.
15. All right. You are okay. And I also rolled a 15. So Dan is okay for the time being.
This is bullshit.
I mean, he's a dwarf. He's made of hardy stock.
I've been drinking since before I was walking, lad. Don't take it too hard.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
You see, you still got your reflexes, though you're dancing mighty fine. Just so you know.
Always! The drink makes it better.
Indeed.
Even better.
All right. Well,
Yeah, he
Makes
wants to move
washing
around a
easier.
bit because he was a statue for a couple hours.
a statue.
You're damn right. The bestest statue in all of Historia.
That's quite impressive. I've never been a statue.
I owned it. I was the most gorgeous statue possible.
It was in
Such-
a very nice dramatic pose.
Very dramatic. I was just...
Euron awkwardly demonstrates.
No. Terrible. Terrible.
No. It was
I'm
more
not
like
the pretty one.
What? Now, you don't say that about yourself. You are the pretty one. And you, pointing to her snakes. And you. I see you back there. Thanks.
One of them peeks out and like licks his finger
Thanks. Aww.
and then pops back.
Let's go, dwarf.
All right. Bottoms up. 21.
5.
12.
All right. So
We're both fucked.
as you knock this one back, Lycus, you kind of lose your balance a little bit as the table rocks. Your hoof slides off of where you catch yourself again, spilling a little bit on your chest. You have a second drunk point. Syaanis, as you go to try and catch him, think he's gonna fall off, you kind of tumble a little bit and kind of face plant in the side of Euron before she rights you a little bit. Suddenly standing up made you realize that you also are on your way to being drunk. You have 1 point.
Euron just pats him like, hold on, my good man. Hold on.
I got this. I got this.
Do you need me to slap you?
No.
Yes!
No, that's my job.
Slap, 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 slap.
She'll lightly flick Syaanis in the forehead.
Y'all are doing quite admirably for someone of your size, so much respect to you. But you know, it's possible that if you drink fast enough, your liver can't keep up. So I think we should drink faster, and you won't get as drunk before you get enough drinks in you to have a really good time.
I'm with it.
All right.
Let's do it.
This feels like such a bad idea.
He takes 2 mugs at the same time.
Holy shit!
He waterfalls both of them down his gullet. Ooh, and he takes 2 drunk points.
Does that mean we gotta take 2?
Only if you want to.
I only do 1.
No,
yeah,
no. He did 2.
Yeah,
we do 2.
Go for it.
No, you do 2. We're honorable men.
We're doing this?
Yes, we're doing this.
Bullshit. I'm doing 1. You already have 1 point. That is a 15, 60, 17.
17.
I rolled a 15 and a dirty 20.
Okay, so 15's a fail. What was yours?
17.
17. You only drank 1?
Yeah, I only drank the 1.
Okay, so you're still good.
I don't waste good wine with a double fist, sir.
So Dan slams the mugs back down. You see his beard is covered in liquid now. He lets out this big... excuse me.
Did it work?
I needed to make some more room. That's all it was. Oh, we're all right. Wait, I thought there were 2. Why is there 3 now?
Because I just multiply.
Oh,
He
twice
tends
the
to have
fun.
that effect on people.
All right.
I think
Tell
he
you
would
what.
say he is too much pretty for one person.
I got
He is very pretty.
I got a special brew for both of you. But
Oh.
I don't want you to look at it.
Oh, one sec, lad. I think I'm... No, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, before we go any further, I need to uphold my end of the bargain. So, Dan,
Hi.
how will I recognize your kin when we go into these mines?
They're this tall.
They're all that tall.
If they're other than this, not his kid.
It's been a few hundred years, so I guess any remains would be of the bone type. Doesn't really serve much good to bring back leg bones and the like. But I guess if you find any appropriately appearing skulls, that would probably suffice. So we can at least
would there
do
be
the
any
honors.
jewelry or emblems or anything of the like? And the
I'm
fabric
sorry,
will not
Miss.
survive,
What was that?
but would there be any jewelry or an emblem of the like that might have survived?
If you
Yeah,
find
like a
any,
family crest on a tool or something.
if you find any, I'd greatly appreciate it as an heirloom. But I'm really more concerned with paying respects to the dead themselves.
All right.
Okay. Okay, I'll do my best.
It's much appreciated.
I think she needs a drink too.
A drink. All right. No, I got the king's special brew myself. Remember that good shit you wanted me to get?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But you don't get to see which bag I hold it in. So both of you are gonna close your eyes, and I'm gonna get the good shit, and and you're gonna just drink. And if you make it, you make it.
Very close attention as
If
to
you
what
don't
it
make it,
is.
you don't make it. Okay? But you don't get to do shit. You just drink when I put it to your lips.
All right.
All right?
All
Eyes
right.
closed. Both of you.
Eyes closed.
I reach over and grab the horn of Belmitria from the back of our Euron's bag. And I look left, I look right. and I like tiptoe over the table to our little dwarven friend. And I like,
Euron's face is just like, bitch, you don't.
all right,
All right.
drinks away, and I put it to his lips.
He drinks from it. You spill a little bit down.
And I say, and you can open your eyes.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good indeed. King's Brew, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Splashes on the ground. Everybody, all of his friends from the table. Oh, what the hell? What in the hell? What in the bloody hell? And they start dragging him and start like slapping him and pouring wine on him and stuff. He's not budging.
And then I walk over to Syaanis and try to do the same thing to him.
All right, now Syaanis, you heard this ruckus. Your actions are growing. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or not. Depends on how much you want to play this game.
The entire time, I've actually been like just peeking out between my fingers.
Okay.
But Lycus is too drunk to notice me doing it.
Well, let's see. Give me a perception check with disadvantage, Lycus.
Perception with disadvantage.
That's right.
Let's see.
We'll say you need to beat a 12, because Syaanis is kind of sneaky. Yeah.
That's a 10 and a 14. Perception is a 1. Disadvantage,
15.
that makes it 11.
That's right, you did not notice.
Because I have disadvantage, he said.
Disadvantage, yes. So
Yep, so I did not notice.
correct.
So I'm like, here's Syaanis, open up, buddy. Here comes the airplane.
And then I just grab it and like make him drink it.
No! Oh, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
No, all right.
All right, I'll take it. Yeah, absolutely. I fucking just consumed the horror about Mitria's wine straight from it.
You got it. About 10 seconds, everything starts to get a little bit blurry and then a little bit darker, and then things slow down for you. The world spins. You see Lycus fall slumped over on the table, head hitting with a thud.
No, Euron catches just his head so he doesn't get a concussion.
Oh, I love her. Surprisingly, the 100 gold are missing, though. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, because now they're in my bag. 120 gold, boy.
That's right.
Euron just kind of eventually, like with the other hand, just kind of claps Syaanis on the shoulder. Like, no words. There's just the nicely done, like, bro slap.
You see the dwarven party grabs Dan and very noisily drags him through the room, pushing people out of their way, and everybody is cheering now that the drinking game is over. People are paying out their side bets, and some are like storming off. Most of them are very happy they were able to see it regardless.
I'll hold up Syaanis' arm in like the...
Huzzah! Woo!
And then I'm just gonna stand on the table and then just take a bow and tumble off.
Yeah! Woo! Give me an acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Right, so that's a 17, and that is a 24, so
Okay.
17.
You're good. You're good. You spin a little bit faster than you meant to, so you kind of overcompensate, but you're good.
All right.
Everybody comes up, starts like trying to touch your shoulder and high five you, and I'm gonna name my kids after you, and all this good stuff. And the noise of the crowd kind of slowly fades into the background. It's still just as loud and joyous, but you're kind of getting used to it, so it's not so present in your minds at this point. So, what would y'all like to do?
I'm going to chow down on whatever food I can get my hands on that they brought out.
Well,
Probably the greasier the better.
they were going. You saw during this time. You saw several times they tried to like push food towards you, but the crowd was always in the way, and they kept spilling food and stuff. So now that the crowd's starting to disperse out, they finally come and they lay the wooden platter on front. Yeah, this is mutton, and it's got some really nice olive oil on it with some house seasonings, and I have some.
It sounds tasty. I'll eat that.
Oh, all right. Well, go for it.
And then I take a gold and flick it towards him.
Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate it very much. He turns and walks off over his shoulder. Just let me know if you need anything else.
Got it, bro. So I just start shoveling it in, and then I'm like, all right, I'm good. I need to go lay down.
You need help.
No, I got this. I'm not 3 drunk points in.
What the hell is a drunk point?
Don't worry about it. It's a satyr thing.
All right.
I'm still trying to figure out what Lycus was saying about an airplane. I don't know.
And I'll just kind of pat Syaanis and like make him make eye contact with me and tilt my head. And like, nod? Question? All right. Go on. I'll get this one into bed. Not in the way he would hoped me to get him into bed.
All right, so Euron brings him off to the sleeping chamber in the back. Your very familiar room by now. What about Syaanis and Inegh? Or Euron, were you doing something else? I'm sorry.
The last thing is I would like to go through if Lycus's bag is with him. I'm going to find his panpipes.
Okay.
And make sure it's not loaded. And then
Alright.
I'm just going to kind of put it on my bag.
All right, give me an investigation check.
All right.
What's up, Lycus?
I was about to say she better make sure she don't catch that poison dart that's in there.
No,
One of those many
not
blue-
going to like inhale and
You guys sing me the song of my people. She's about to scream it.
yeah, I'm not going to scream. These walls are thin.
It's okay to scream with a nat 20. That's fine.
Yes,
That's what D&D's all about.
I'm more being nice to the roommate who is still working.
Nat
That
20?
is a nat 20.
All right, you find it very, very quickly without much issue. It seems like he kind of had it tucked away a little bit on the side, amongst his more important personal possessions, but you seem to go right to it. It's pretty good.
Yep, and make sure that there's no darts in it. As much as I'm tempted to, I'm not going to snoop anywhere else. And then I'm just gonna make sure the pipes are in a nice, easy to reach spot for morning.
They are. Easy enough.
And when Inegh eventually comes in, I will need to tell her about my plans with that. So whenever she gets in.
Okay. Inegh and Syaanis, you're still out. Are you done? Last time I know, you were back there with Lycus in the bedroom you're on. Is there anything else you wanted to do, or are you kind of pausing right there?
Gonna spend a while, any last time before bed, I'm gonna sit and stare at that ring and see if there's anything I can glean about it.
Okay. You got it. All right, so Syaanis and Inegh, what are y'all up to? Anything in particular?
I take my final bow, and then I go outside for a bit just so I can like get some air. And then while I'm out there, I'm like practicing with my new spear, just like shadow boxing by the riverside. Almost.
Okay.
Just so I can like try getting a handle of it. Yeah. And then like
as you're down there at the river, the water kind of bubbling along, nobody around you, the moonlight shining, almost spotlighting on you. You thrust, you parry, you're kind of unstable, but you're doing good. You feel in your mind a communication, kind of a whispery voice. Yes, you are doing very, very well.
That fucking heifer.
I can be
Pity
more.
bitch, is that you?
No. I know not this lady bitch. I can be whatever you want to call me, but I can be more. Just feed me. Join with me.
Feed you?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna call you Audrey then.
Audrey. I like that name. That's a good name.
All right.
Join with me.
Can I roll insight to see if I know this voice at all?
You're welcome to roll insight, but you do not know this voice at all. As you stand there, you kind of place the butt of the spear on the ground. You're thinking, contemplating. You notice, as you stopped practicing and thrusting with the spear, the talking stopped.
Huh. And then I just hold it in my hand. I'm like, well, that's weird. I wonder if that's the wine talking. Interesting. All right. I think I need to go lay down, as I'm hearing voices. All right. So I'm just gonna take the spear and kind of help myself along back to the tavern, just to go back up to the room and lay down.
As you make your way, the black glass metalish type tip kind of reflects the moonlight on your eyes with every step flashing through your eyes as you make your way up and back around into the heart of Astoria to the Dragon Tooth.
Majestic.
Glorious. You can't see me. So, I know while that's going on, what are you up to?
I am eating my food, soaking in the vibes. Just kind of resting.
Soaking in the vibes.
Got my eggplant parm.
It is well advised to cut the mutton into more digestible bits.
Noted. I'm not gonna do anything special. Just kind of, just take a moment to just be while everyone else is doing their thing.
Easy enough. All right. Is there anything else for the evening before you all bed down to rest? In general,
as soon as I see Euron come back into the room, I give her a thumbs up.
I hold up the panpipes.
All right. And then I just lay my head down and pass the fuck out.
Easy enough. You got it.
And then eventually, whenever Inegh comes in, I'll just walk up to her and just. Sorry, I can't look. When Inegh comes in, I'll just kind of pull over and just go. So I might wake you up a little earlier because I'm going to hold up the panpipes and go. Lycus has stolen from us a few times. I'm going to give him a very nice wake-up call.
Lycus has stolen from us?
Well, from Syaanis, at least. We've noticed his bag is lighter.
And we know it was from Lycus?
So maybe, or at least I'm just a bit... He's drunk right now and I cannot fucking resist. So...
Does this violate the oath of friendship in any kind of way?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Turnabout it. I'm taking it more on the turnabout is fair play.
Okay.
I'll wake you up so your ears are not assailed.
I appreciate that.
Just letting
Very
you know
much so.
what the noise is. Good
Gotcha.
morning.
Okay.
All right.
And then bed.
Bed. All right. So, a much deserved, needed, rewarding sleep comes to each of you. Some with the assistance of alcohol, some with the assistance of magical wine, and some based on pure exhaustion. The night passes uneventfully, and one by one, you begin to wake up. It is rather later in the day. You can see the sun has already risen up a good bit, about mid-morning now. The tavern itself is quiet, and you hear the soft snoring sounds of a very, very asleep Lorius in the corner. Euron. You in particular wake up. But as you open your eyes and glance about the room, you are slightly confused at first, because the walls are different. The bed you lie in is different. The furniture is different. As you glance about the room, you recognize your bedroom and Mitros, or at least the one that was yours before all of this happened. You don't hear or see anybody else, but you find yourself alone. Nothing disturbing you. And your form is that of your normal human self.
Not going to say anything because I don't want to break this. I'm hopeful. I reach over and touch the other side of the bed. And finding it empty, just kind of sag and, look to see the spot where that's normally occupied and kind of touch it. Rub the spot and kind of go, I'm looking for you. And then just sort of appreciate the view for a minute.
Okay.
Scared to move too much because then it's gonna stop. And after a while, does it still feel as real as it was before?
It does.
And I guess I'll try to get out of bed.
You get out of bed and walk out.
Look around.
It's your house as you know it. You look up and down the hallway. Everything seems just as it was when you left on that day to fight in the battle which led to your current situation.
Lita?
No response.
Walk around a little more frantic.
You go from room to room, bursting open doors, looking for any signs. You see the toys, the books, everything that is as you left it. Now, a very long time ago. Nothing looks disturbed, nothing looks dusty. And you also notice that outside, you don't hear anything in the streets. And as you walk closer to the windows, the scene of the street of Mitros outside your window kind of illuminates, gaining brighter and brighter in contrast until it's just a bright white light. As you glance around, you see the same light emanating through all the windows. And the door next to you, near the front of the house, catches your gaze as it slowly swings ajar.
I'll look around the door and still borderline frantic, but now I'm just starting to feel a little bit angry. And just keep looking wherever. If there's no sign, finally I'm just going to look around and go, You find this funny, don't you?
As you say that, you hear what sounds like the shattering of a giant pane of glass around you. And pieces of the house spread out into empty white space around you, kind of reflecting as though it were a giant glass sculpture. Now floating around you in this void, this pure white void, you see 5 little motes of light drifting and kind of coming in around you. Blue, red, green, purple, yellow. They're drifting from chest high to head high, and as one drifts closer, you hear a familiar voice from the mote of light. Orcos, your father. You hear like an echoey sound of his voice drifting past your head, and as you get closer to that mode, that blue mode of light, your vision kind of flashes, and you see him in his bedroom, and he seems distraught. He's frantically searching for your mother, Cassandra, and can't find her. The mote quickly dissipates, moves away, and another one comes in. This pink one is a very similar experience, except this is Cassandra. And she's frantically searching up and down the hallway, running, and every time she gets to the end of the hallway, it extends past her, always running to find your brother, Fenris. The next mode of light comes by, and whispers that you recognize as the voice of Lita, calling out to you for help. I can't find Atreus. Where did you go, Euron? I can't find you, Yuri. I can't see him. Shh. It dissipates. You see the 4th mode of light as it's approaching you move in a jagged, sudden fashion and get ripped out of the white room completely, disappearing off into space. It's a violent, sudden motion, very unlike the soothing bouncing of the other modes around you. Finally, the last mode of light approaches you. It's dim. And you hear in a very soft whisper, Mom. Mommy, I can't find you. It's dark in here.
I'm coming, my love, I'm coming.
I don't like being alone, Mom. I can't find Mother. And they took Fenris. He was the only one I could talk to, and they took him.
Who took him? Who took him, my love?
They took him to Thessaly.
I will find you. I swear I will find you. I'm coming, little luck. I'm coming.
Can you hear me, Mom?
I'm coming. I'm coming for you. I swear I'm coming.
The lights blink out, the white room fades, and you notice now that everybody else, Lycus, Inegh, Syaanis, are staring at you as you've been sitting up in bed, staring off with a glazed expression on your face, your mouth moving, making no sounds, for the last 4 to 5 minutes. You come to recognition of where you actually are and your Medusa form and the situation you are in.
She just punches the wall. And just wipes her face.
You need to talk about it?
It was like it never happened. it was me again, and it's like a dream, and I heard the voices of everyone I've lost. My son calling to me for help. But and apparently something happened with my brother that was different than what happened to my family. So they took him somewhere. Do I know what Thessaly is? Like,
being from Mitros? Maybe. Give me a history check.
Give me 1 second. Oh, shit.
3. It does sound familiar. You feel like you should know it, but your mind is so frazzled and you're so tense and anxious right now and worried. You can't seem to stick anything in your mind.
I'm going to punch that bitch in the fucking face.
Yes, we are. Absolutely.
I can't think. Now, Thessaly. Do any of you know what Thessaly, where it is, what it is?
So chances are nobody would know offhand, but yeah, everybody go ahead and give me a history check. Also,
I'm crowdsourcing here.
that's fine. As you see Euron sitting there, and as she punched the wall, she's kind of got her hand up, clenching it in frustration. You notice the other 3 of you, not you, Euron, the rest of you notice that ring has found its way onto her finger, whether she put it on the night before or some other way. The platinum band and the black opal. It almost seems that it has kind of constricted itself, where the flesh is slightly coming up around the sides a bit, like it's embedded itself in her hand. Euron, you have attuned to one of your family heirlooms. It is known as, well, known to you, it is known as the signet ring of Leander Crotoan. While you are attuned to it and you are wearing it, your constitution score is 16, and you are immune to the poisoned condition, and you are immune to poison damage. So, history checks. Everybody else, Lycus. Can't hear you.
You're
Am I
muted.
coherent?
Yeah,
Like,
you've all woken up by now. You're probably a little groggy, but you've woken up by now.
Yeah, that's what I want to make sure.
Yeah.
History?
Mm-hmm. Ina?
7.
7?
7, yeah.
I rolled a 12.
A 12? Okay. No, it kind of the same thing for all of you. It's probably not you, I know. You're probably no idea what the fuck or who the fuck Thessaly is. But the other 2 of you from your time at the Academy, Lycus, and Syaanis, you with your time with the your previous association. You know the name. It's the name of an individual.
Like, do I know if it was an individual that might have been from Mitros or one of the other cities? Or do I just know it was the name of a person?
No, you know that it is a person. They have some type of repute, but you can't recall it at this moment.
Okay. Well, Euron, it looks like we may have a lead. at least. Because, I mean, yeah. But we still might want to be careful about who we go talking about this to.
Of course, sorry.
I got you.
Hey, where's my flute?
Right.
Flute.
Euron's gonna get a little smile when he's not looking.
Flute.
She's just gonna go up and just blast the most high-pitched, off-key note that she can.
I fall out of the bed. Like, fucking fall out of the bed, like, what the shit? And I look at you and I'm just like,
All right, that made it a little better. Oh.
I think you broke them.
No, they're okay.
Maybe I can buy you another pan flute with all that money I won from you last night.
Absolutely. It's almost like you just got your money back when you really think about it, from all the times and wonders we shared.
I'll just hand Lycus back the panpipes.
And I'll just kind of like not pet your head, but, you know, like they're there.
Thank
They're
you.
there. They're there. And I'll walk away. He don't know how to handle that. It's like, she's got something going on. You don't know. There's too many other people in the room.
Lycus, go get breakfast.
I think that's a great idea. Do you have any money?
Oh, what? Did I take all of yours last night?
Yeah, absolutely.
Insight.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm rolling a fucking insight check on that.
You get advantage.
I rolled a 21.
I'm never gonna. I rolled a nat 20. Hold on. I will show you this.
No, don't.
Shit.
You don't have to do that.
Okay. Deception plus 5. 25.
God damn it.
I will show you right now if he wouldn't yell at me for moving the camera. Damn it! I wasted it on a deception roll for money.
Every roll's a good roll, man.
Damn right. And I just look at him like, may I please have some money, sir?
I flip 2 gold at him and tell him to just go get some food.
Thanks. I open my bag and I drop him in my coin purse, and you hear a loud, and then I run out of the room.
I just shoot him daggers as he's going out of the door.
I'd say now that I've finally
Shit.
noticed. I'm saying now that I've finally noticed the ring situation.
Yeah.
I swear this was not on my finger last night. Ow. And try briefly, just like, can I tug it off? What happens if I gently tug it?
You start to remove it, and as you apply some pressure, your skin does this really strange kind of like a pulsing shift away from it, and it releases its hold on the ring as you start to slide it down to your knuckle.
It sort of looked like when I tried to pull it off Demetria and it didn't want to come.
A little bit.
Alright, I'll put it back down. Okay.
Put it back down. Skin reforms around it a little bit.
Well, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, I feel
Nice
good,
ring,
though.
but that's kind of gross.
It's not like
feel
covering the
good,
ring.
though.
It's just kind of like
No, but I know, but
okay.
like it,
Yeah.
like I'm just envisioning like those pictures of people that have like giant cankles trying to fit their shoe, trying to fit their foot into it, like a really tight shoe. Oh,
Oh. I feel good though. So,
I mean, that's good.
yeah, I'll take that.
So that's probably not the only weird thing that happened last night.
What happened?
All right, so
And should we wait for Lycus to come back?
fair point.
And almost on cue, I bust into the room with your breakfast tray of the most amazing, delicious foods that Euron would definitely love. At
She's
least
gonna kind of give him give him like a kind of like pat on the cheek.
as far as I can remember.
And as we start like chowing down on breakfast, I'm like, all right, so
Well,
he was already,
yours
he
has a
was already
special.
asleep.
Oh, sorry.
He was already asleep. While you two were out doing your own thing, I went outside for some fresh air. Started trying to play with that spear that we took off the Guardian last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, maybe it was just because of the drinks. Maybe it's a spear. I don't know. But I started hearing a voice in my head.
That's
Now we've got two people in our party that hears voices in their heads.
now,
You got
now,
a crazy bitch too?
Was
I
it
mean,
the same
Not at
voice?
all.
I mean, I even asked if it was Lady Bitch, but it sounded like someone else.
Did it say anything? What did it want?
All it said was "feed me."
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Is there enough space in this room that we can move around, like, shadow boxing? If so, sit back up. Give it a try.
And then I just like toss a spear into the wall and like summon it back to me.
As you see, Syaanis rips out. Spear goes through, slams through the wall, goes out a little bit, spins around quickly, slams back through the wall, coming in, right into his hand.
Why did I give you that?
A little old lady attached to the end of it. No.
Yes. Feed me.
Here it is again.
Join
And it's
with
not the
me.
wine.
I can be more. We can be more. Join with me. Feed me your blood.
I mean, I'm just holding a spear and I'm just like,
What's it saying?
it wants to feed me. It wants me to feed it my blood.
I'm so glad I
And-
gave you that.
And then I just look at it and I'm like, look, I'll feed you, but it's not gonna be my blood.
I got you, bro. I get a little cup, and I get some of the Horn of Almitria wine. I'm like, it's what everyone wants. It's what plants want. It's what spears want.
It's got electrolytes. It's got
It's
what
got
spears crave.
It's got what spears crave. Yeah, and I dip the tip right into the cup. But like, tell her to drink up, buddy. Fuck it. You hear a voice in your spear? I got crazier shit happening in my life. Sure thing. Here you go.
All right, Dragon Lord.
You hear nothing.
Maybe I drowned.
I have a stupid idea. I
I just fed
take the
alcohol
spear
to a
out.
spear.
Right?
Euron's gonna kind of like tip the spear down, and actually, wait, no, I'm doing this with my own sword. I'm not doing that. She's gonna take her sword out and kind of slice along her palm, and kind of squeeze a little bit, so some drops. Hold it above the spear tip and squeeze, so a couple drops of blood fall on it.
Yes. That is delicious. I need to feed. I thirst. But I want to be more. We can be more.
I mean, you can be a spear.
Did it?
I mean, it seemed to like that, but it wants more.
You're not getting more
I don't know.
sweetie.
They
about this.
always.
Oh my god.
They always want more.
Holy shit.
Julia, goddamn!
Sorry.
Oh fuck. Oh my god.
I give her an inspiration point.
Yeah.
For a hero point. I'm gonna add that in my verse collection of poetry for that epic burn.
Oh my god. All right.
So, did it say anything particular otherwise?
I mean,
Just
all
hungry?
it said was, that was tasty. I want more. We can be more.
Wait, we can be more.
I think it means between me and the spear.
Hey, look, I got an
gathered
idea.
that much.
Hey, someone go get Lorius. We'll feed her. It's cool. We got this.
No,
I'm not murdering
No.
that boy.
no.
No, I was gonna go get him
no.
to get a pig.
Lorius is over there snoozing soundly.
You didn't think I was gonna kill Lorius with his bloodthirsty, soul-sucking spear? You. Oh my gosh! What do you?
I
is that what
mean,
you
look,
think
the
of-
past couple
is that
days
what-
have
no,
been
shh,
very, very
stop it, both of
weird.
you. Stop it!
I just watched
Unacceptable.
my possibly dead family disappear in front of my eyes. I think I'm allowed a little bit of frazzledness.
Absolutely, you are. And he's talking to a fucking spear tip. I mean, we got to get out of this place. We've had way too much drink. Hey, where's your drunk dwarf?
I think he got pulled out. His friends
took him home.
But before we go, I'd like to follow up on his suggestion. Let's go see the
Yes.
God of the Forge.
Absolutely. If anyone knows how to light that forge, it should be him.
He also might have some insight into that spear.
Possibly. He should definitely have insight into the warhammer I'm wielding.
It's his son's. So, breakfast and then off we go.
Yeah. Because I need something to soak up all that shit from last night.
Nicely done, by the way.
Yeah, I can finally say I outdrank a dwarf.
I must
Yeah.
admit, I did not think you guys had it in you.
It's almost like we had a little help. Divine assistance. We shall forever go down as the heroes who outdrank the dwarf. High five.
Remote 5.
Social distance 5.
That's right. That's right. All right, so gather your belongings, shake the cobwebs off a little bit, go out into the main area of the tavern proper, sit down, and you're treated to a very, very filling meal of eggs and bread and cheese. And as you sit down to enjoy this brief respite and fill your bellies and shrug off the alcohol effects of the night before, we're going to take a break. All right, we are back. Holding dice in my hands here. All right, so you have brave heroes, lovely people. You have finished your breakfast. It was scrumptious. It was perfect. It hit the spot so good. The goat's milk that went with it and honey mead for those who partook was also very good. the day is yours. I know you mentioned going to Vulcan's Forge, which is in the heart of Astoria, just down the street from you. Or anything else. What would y'all like to do?
Hey guys, I have an idea. Before we go talk to Vulcan, maybe we should go grab Kira.
Ah, I forgot about my love.
Well,
After how much you drank last night, I'm surprised you're not forgetting more.
I don't know what else I would have forgotten.
I think that's sort of a point. We'll figure it out as we go. Don't worry. But yeah. At the very least, we should let her know what happened with Demetria. So that's pretty substantial.
Okay, but let's make it quick.
Go in.
Okay, so y'all going up to the castle. Okay. So, with very little delay, you kind of quick walk your way through Astoria. You see Heracles on the side. He kind of just waves to you. Starting to see more and more familiar faces. Whether it's people you've directly interacted with extensively, or just the same people you see every day in the Agora and things like that. Waving to you, some familiarity, some affection being shown to you, people smiling at you and coming up and offering you flowers and breads and things of that nature. Once you arrive at the palace, same familiar guards are out front. They open the doors for you without a moment's hesitation. You walk directly into the large hallway with the huge windows of the palace letting in the sunlight reflecting off of all the marble, the statues of the 5 gods being bathed each in like their own little spotlight. The throne itself is empty. You don't see any of the normal advisors that you saw flanking Pythor and talking to him as he was going on one of his drunken ramblings the previous times you've been here. But you hear very distinctly from the back, Kira's voice echoing throughout the chamber, talking as loud and buoyantly as she normally is. Following her voice, you make your way to the back, and you see she is in one of the it's like a meeting room of sorts. There's some very nice chairs, a large oak table, highly polished, a map of Thylea strewn out about across the table. They don't look like they're using it, it just looks like a persistent decoration, with beautiful portraits of all of, once again, Pythor's very long past exploits adorning the walls. She stand there huddled around the various advisors, and you see in there one of the representatives from the Order of Sydon. He doesn't seem to be engaged. He seems to be there more of in a formal capacity. And they're discussing things. As you walk up the hall, you hear them discussing things like food distribution and trying to reestablish trade with Mitros, trying to find a way through the storm, around the storm, along the coast, whatever they can do. And that is the scene you walk into, them huddled together discussing these things.
Knock, knock.
Oh, well, welcome back. One second. Everybody, get out. And they just kind of turn and walk out, shuffle out. The guy from, the representative from the Order of Sydon is being kind of a stickler, sitting there, arms crossed. I said, get out.
That includes you, fucktard.
He stares at me, looks over at Lycus, looks at Kira, and turns and walks out in a huff, stamping his feet down the hallway.
Kick bricks, moist boy.
After a high five.
Well, it seems that you're all in one piece, which is good. I've already received reports from the scouts that they've seen many goatlings and maenads kind of dispersing from the area, going in all sorts of different directions. Very, very few across the countryside, mostly throughout the very furthest reaches of the old wood nearest to us. So, it seems like you did good.
Lutheria did most of the work for us.
Yeah, but we finished her job.
We
Finished her
killed
off,
everybody,
yes.
but, she got mad at her people and kind of killed some bitches and, fuck them all.
She burned Dimitri's tree down and then took out her and punished her with the removal of her eyes, so the last thing she saw was her tree burning. So not happy. Apparently Lutheria was not happy to lose the horn.
Well, that does sound like Lutheria. And I can't really say I'm sad. She delights in torturing people, if you hadn't gotten that impression yet. But either way, you're successful. You are more powerful and more famous, as you should be. Things are starting to stabilize here. We're getting the upper hand on these Order of Sydon imbeciles. In no small part thanks to you, so the people appreciate you. It's quite fun.
Hey, how about that Gorgon? I appreciate you.
Gorgon. Oh! I don't understand.
I sacrificed the Demetrius big fucking forearms.
Geigen, darling. Geigen.
That one, yeah. Sacrificed him totally for you.
Oh.
To you.
I must have been distracted. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I hate when he makes faces. He makes me laugh.
I'll give him a pat on the shoulder of there.
I'm sorry. All right. We need to be receptive.
To freeze.
We need to be receptive to
Oh my god,
these
he
things.
is frozen.
Am I?
He just was like, ha!
Well, I'm not frozen on my
the
screen.
stream. Oh no!
It'll come back up.
Yeah.
There we go.
We made that whole sentence or whatever you said. It was like you took a breath and went, ha! And then it stopped.
Well, that's what Kira did. I'm sorry. We need to be open to receiving them, and if we're otherwise distracted, sometimes we don't. Thank you, Lycus.
Oh no! It's fine. You were busy. There's a lot going on. I'll catch you the next time, and hopefully it oomph your thing. And
were you drinking wine again?
I think it's a rarer form when I'm not drinking wine.
Are you sure you did it right?
Guys?
I mean,
did I not do it right?
Remember with the boar, and we killed it when we were calling out to the god, and then we made a sacrificial offering with the pyre and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I prayed.
It was burning, but it was not. I'm not sure if it was on a pyre. It was burning.
Yeah, I didn't.
We built a pyre.
We did build a pyre?
Yes.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. This is Josh. I actually screwed up. I didn't do that to him. I did it to Demetria.
I know you did.
I forgot.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, when I sacrificed Demetria's ass. But Demetria. She built her own pyre. It was her bed.
Okay.
It was beautiful.
I must have just been not paying attention. I'm so sorry. I'll get you next time.
You weren't paying attention to me?
You're more than a little busy, my lady. I think we completely understand.
Look, I know it's hard to believe I actually am doing things which I don't really like, by the way.
It's fine. No, it's cool. I get it. You're busy.
Did you manage to Did you end up sending Pythor to Mitros?
Oh, yes, of course. I carried him myself.
And I am aware that you're busy, and I'm sure there are many things that require your energy and your power, but
Oh,
Were
you
you
came
able
here
to
to
try with
resurrect
Nora?
Nora. Yes, of course.
Was that possible?
Yeah, she's over in the Dragon Shrine. I wanted you all to be there so she could see you when she first woke up. And again, I was taking Pythor. You weren't gone that long.
I know.
There's a whole city here. I'm sorry.
It was a rough night, morning, whatever. How long was I like that? Minutes? It felt forever.
I mean, we all woke up and you were just...
It was a rough morning.
No judgment here. I mean, I feel like I'm being judged, but
Not from us, my lady.
okay. All right. Well,
I mean, from most of us. You're not being judged by most of us.
I look forward to being judged in one of Lycus's amazing poems. I'm sure he will do me the utmost courtesy. But anyway, we are wasting time. If you'd like to see Enora, we can try to resurrect her and go from there.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, let's go.
After this, I want to talk to you.
Me?
Just to help out with the city a little bit.
Oh, all right. That's
But that can wait.
sure. That's fine. Okay. So she leads the way out of the room, out of the temple, down the streets of Astoria to the Dragon Shrine. You enter the familiar chamber. You see Aesop is kind of burning incense over Enora's bodies, while some of the other acolytes there are kind of lightly oiling her skin with like fragrant scents and things like that. She's been cleaned, she's clothed, her body is lying. Seems to be in pretty good condition, all things considered. Kira walks up. Aesop, they're back. Is everything prepared? Yes, I believe so, Kira. We'll just get out of your way. Unless you need something. No, that's fine. You could perhaps pray to Mitros. That might help. Alright. We'll do that. So, Kira goes over to the body of Enora, and she waves all of you. Come around. Sometimes it helps having more sympathetic souls nearby. And so you, if you choose to, all come around the body of Enora lying on the altar here in the Dragon Shrine. 1 second. See if this is the right one. No, I'm sorry, guys. Patience, please. I love you. Thank you so much. See, that's it. No, we'll move on. Trying to get the music right. So, you see, she places her hand on the upper chest of Enora, and her other hand on her arm, and she bows her head, and she begins murmuring some words. You see, as she murmurs these words, her arms glow this slight silverish color as these tendrils of divine energy branch out from her arms down to the body of Enora. You see After several seconds of her making these incantations, these prayers, the color on Enora's skin begins to normalize a bit. Her cheeks gain a little bit of their rosiness back. And for a moment, it appears as though her chest slightly rises and falls. She continues with the incantation, and you see the tendrils start to kind of flow over the body of Enora back and forth. And then one by one, they slowly start to recede back up into the arms of Kira. As she finishes the final prayer, you glance at Enora, and you see her skin starts to fade again. Her cheeks lose their rosiness, and her body lies still. And Kira kind of loses herself for a second and catches herself on the table and stands back up.
Are you alright?
Yes, well, that should have worked. I was able to feel the body start to regenerate, to come back. But I never felt her soul. In order to be resurrected, the soul has to be willing and free to return to the body. I don't think that Princess Enora wouldn't want to return. It's possible that she can't. Her soul may be trapped. The only person that can do such a thing would be the Queen of the Dead, Lutheria.
This bitch right here.
Euron's just going to smooth a little bit of Enora's hair back off her face and like tuck it behind her ear.
We'll get her back.
Ithor's going to be devastated.
It ain't permanent. Just tell him to wait a little bit longer. Yeah.
How long can she lie in this state with her soul trapped, where we can go retrieve her soul?
We have used magic to preserve her body. But as far as getting her soul back, I don't know how you would convince Lutheria to do that.
We'd probably have to take Lutheria out.
Which is already part of the plan.
That, or somehow in the interim, offer something of equal exchange.
Well,
I don't think there's
unequal
anything...
Yeah, they like to make them shitty ass. No, you're right. They like to make those shitty ass deals.
But unfortunately, and I'm just thinking what they compared the sacrifice to if we didn't want to offer Enora. And the other thing that might balance it out would be to offer one of ourselves, and I'm not up for that.
Nope.
I want my soul intact so I can beat her. And I do mean that specifically with my fist in her face multiple times.
Now, getting Enora back would be amazing, but getting Enora back won't stop them. Only you
getting
all can
Enora
do that.
back would probably happen after we stop them.
It's possible. They say that she can call forth the dead, and she can trap the souls of those who have broken the sacred oaths that bind the land in the Nether Sea. For those that she has taken a personal interest in. She traps their souls in her crystal scythe itself. Either way, she can lie in repose here for as long as she needs to, as long as you all think it is a cause worthy of pursuing.
Of course it's worth pursuing.
Absolutely, it is.
Yes.
It'll be done. I'm sorry. I really thought it would work.
I mean, it was worth a shot.
Thank you for trying.
Well, I can speak for a moment, but performing such powerful magic drains me greatly. I'll need to rest very soon.
I'll make this quick then.
What is it?
Stand kind of near her, ready to like catch Kira if she starts to fall.
All right. So, I know the city needs food. I know it needs supplies. If you can have a messenger send out to my village, I'm sure they could help.
We certainly have the people. I mean, yeah, of course. Just give me the message and I'll get my fastest scout on it. I'll send a group of them to be safe.
All right. Mark these words very carefully.
Should I be getting some paper?
No. You're fine. Kreos, it's time to call in that debt.
All right. Was there anything else, or is that all?
He'll know what it means.
Okay. All over it. Is there anything else I can help with?
Well, actually, now that you bring it up, have you ever heard of a spear talking to people?
Sentient weapons are known, yes.
Because we took this off of a Geigen yesterday, and now it's whispering to me.
And she glances at the spear. Well, it appears to be made of the trees in the old wood, and I'm not sure what type of tip that is, but it looks gnarly.
Yeah, see the wood's got the gnarls.
You're so clever, Lycus. I haven't seen anything like it before. Sentient weapons are known to be powerful, but they have a mind of their own. So,
All right,
I mean, pick your poison, I suppose, is the best way to say it.
fair enough.
We'll ask Vulcan about it. Let's let Kira rest.
Of course.
Do you need any help back?
No, I'll be fine. I'll just,
Are you sure?
I'm sure, thank you. I'm not about to fall over, I just need to regain myself. So, you know where I'll be. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to find me. And best of luck. Let me know everything. I'm still writing about you. And with that, you see she turns and She doesn't seem to be running or anything of the sort. She seems to be walking. But the speed with which she exits a room and flies down the street is absolutely incredible. Almost like a blur, making her way through the crowds up to the castle. So, you stand in the dragon shrine next to the body of Princess Honora. What's next?
Let's go speak to Vulcan.
Yeah.
Give Honora sort of one last little pat on the shoulder. And then...
Okay.
On our way out, before we all exit on the last one out, kind of turn and I'll take a little flower from my belt. I'll like tuck it like right in her ear area. And I'll be like, perfect. See you soon. Turn around and walk out.
Like that. Alright, so you make your way back outside into the daylight in the city of Astoria, wind around a couple of streets, and before long find yourself in front of what is commonly referred to amongst the citizens of Astoria as Vulcan's Hall. It's near the... Oh, sorry, I hit the microphone. It's near the middle of town. You see standing in front of it, it's a very large building with very strong, large stone walls. You see a wooden sign that kind of has stone inlaid in it that says the name Vulcan's Hall, and two heavy bronze banded doors with remarkable craftsmanship. The door patron exits, relatively common individual, just another one of Astoria's people. As the door opens, hot air just blasts out, covering you. You see embers kind of escaping from the top of the door. And inside, you see the orange glow of firelight reflecting off of all sorts of bronze weapons and armor, farming implements, tackle, everything. It's incredible. On the far side of the hall, you see a relatively short, very stocky, weathered-looking dwarven male. He's working hard on an anvil on some type of longsword similar blade, with the blistering forge illuminating behind him, casting shadows. As the door closes behind you with a thud, he looks over his shoulder and you see one eye, this really impressive looking monocle. He turns and faces you fully, putting his implements back on the anvil, and waves you over. Oh, you finally found your way to me then. Why don't you come over here so I can get a closer look?
Walk up and give him a bow. Pleased to meet you, Lord Vulcan.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance too. I heard a lot about you. I can see you coming from a mile away, even with these bad eyes of mine. Make quite the impression. You see this teenage boy walks from the back, and he's working on a piece of armor in the corner, kind of like an assistant. So, what brings you here to me hall? I figured you've had enough of gods over the past few days.
We want to talk about the forge that has the three-headed monster underneath it, or sealed inside of it, and we want to know how to relight it.
Mithril Forge.
Mithril Forge.
I miss that place.
Well, let's go back. We're headed there.
Oh,
You come with us.
I'd love to join you there. And in fact, if you make it safe for the old bones of mine, I'll make you whatever you want there. If you truly are of the prophecy, then you deserve to have a forge that can give you what you need to fulfill it, and I'm the god to do it. You have to fight with the minions of Lutheria, but I'm pretty sure it's not your first rodeo with that.
You got a pretty good track record at the moment.
I've heard how witty you are, too. Lycus the Magnificent.
Has Kira been whispering in your ear again?
My daughter doesn't talk to me much anymore.
Oh. Awkward.
Yeah, it's not her fault. I haven't been a very good father. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a pretty shitty grandfather myself.
Well, I don't have a grandfather, but alright. Fair enough. So what exactly are you looking to find out about the forge? I can describe
I want to
all
know
the...
how to relight it.
Oh. Relight it? Well... Yeah. I reckon it should still be lit.
You think so?
I do. It's possible it's not, but I don't know how they'd put out a lava flow.
Well, then
Forge is in a
theoretically-
volcano.
Then
Oh,
theoretically,
well, it's
how
not a-
would
not a volcano.
someone? Then theoretically, how would someone go around lighting it?
You'd have
Let's
to...
say if it was brand new, the forge was just built, they were about to make the first fires. How would they light it?
I think they opened the door to the lava flow.
Well, there's a big pit, see? And it was not a pit so much as a pot, but the pot's in the ground, so I guess it's like a pit pot. But it's big. Anyway, the lava supplies the heat that we use to work on everything we need to work on, and of course my skill crafts it, but I don't know if the Forge Keeper's still there or not. The Forge Keeper was see, I knew you were about to ask. I could see it in your eyes. That's why I got the monocle, so I can see. The Forge Keeper was a powerful being that, let's just say, helped us make the strongest of the enchantments. And he kind of, for lack of a better term, controlled the flow of the lava. He worked together to make everything the Dragon Lords needed in the First War. So if they're talking about relighting the fires of the Mithril Forge, all I can imagine is they're saying to either find or make a deal with or somehow renegotiate with the Forge Keeper.
Do you know if that Forge Keeper was sealed inside the mines when the mines were sealed?
I'm pretty sure that there's no way he got out. He was kind of kept there.
Kept.
I hesitate to ask. What was he?
You guys chain up a dragon?
No. We
I can think of his
we
maybe
wouldn't
an
do
elemental.
that to a dragon. No.
Ooh, a fire elemental.
Some would call it something like that. I don't know if that's quite the right term, but yeah, he has a way with fire. He has some magical ability. So call it what you like.
Does he have a name?
Aye, his name's the Forge Keeper.
That's a title more than a name.
Some people just call me God.
Egod?
Huh?
Egod?
Egod.
Okay.
Uh,
What kind of deal was struck with him before?
You know, that was before my time, and the need was so great that I just honestly never concerned myself with it. He was there to help, and so I used his help, and we did what we had to do until the mad bitch sent their beast.
And the mines were sealed with all of those creatures within it. Do you think that the Forge Keeper would still be alive? knowing all of her minions are in there?
I'm fairly certain you would. Those monsters, they may pose a threat to you and me, but I'd have a really hard time believing that they're able to withstand the force of lava. So I don't know how they would be able to get to him if he chose to to go beneath the lava.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that this Forge Keeper is something we have to see to understand. Does that sound about right?
He's quite
He is?
impressive. It's hard to describe it. He's red, and there's fire, and he's big. Bigger than me, anyway. I mean, I think I could have taken him, but I had no reason
Is
to
he
fight him.
prone to kill us on sight, or is there something we could say to immediately calm him down? Because it sounds like this guy's going to get deadlier and deadlier and deadlier the more
Oh
you keep
no,
talking.
I never even got into a scuffle with him. He's pretty reasonable.
Pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Should we tell him then that you send your regards?
Yeah. Should we say you sent us? Are y'all besties?
I would say we were more like business acquaintances.
You think he'd want to strike up that old business relationship, or we should probably stray away from mentioning your name?
I think if you avoided saying that you were associated with anybody that had ties to the First War and him being there in the first place, would probably be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't entirely there of his own volition. I know that.
And you didn't exactly free him.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we always thought we'd retake it. Well, we always thought the Dragon Lords would retake it. I wasn't fighting, I was over here crafting everything we needed for the war. More valuable that way. Speaking of crafting, I see you've got me old hammer.
I sure do.
She's a beaut, isn't she? One of my
She's great at
best.
crafting death, for sure.
You can craft anything you want, including a kill account. Oh, my son loved that goddamn hammer.
Yes, he did.
Can I hold her?
You gonna give her back?
Well, I don't need her right now. I'm not at the Mithril Forge. Regular hammers will do me fine here. I just...
Okay.
He hasn't been around much either, so I haven't been able to see me hammer.
I'll toss the hammer to him. Be like, from what I hear, your son will be back soon.
He tosses, takes it. Oh, I missed you, girl. We'll be back at it soon.
Should we leave you two alone for a little while?
I mean, only if you want me to make something with it. If you leave her here, I'm gonna be making all sorts of fine stuff with her.
Yeah, we're sure you will.
Picks up and... Alright, take her. I'm not gonna give her back. I'm sorry.
You good? Do you need a moment? Do you need a minute?
I'm just like holding it with like 2 fingers, like.
Do you need some? Do you need to sit down? Some crackers, some sparkling
cigarette.
water, a cigarette.
My bones are weary, but I think I'll be alright.
Can you run up a flight of stairs and down without passing out?
Probably not, but I don't think that has anything to do with me, Hammer. I'm just a little creaky around the hinges.
Do you have to craft with her at the Mithril Forge, or you can craft with her anywhere?
I could craft with her anywhere, but I need the magic of the Mithril Forge to do my best work.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I miss the heat of that place.
I'm curious. were you there when the beasts came in? Lutheria's beasts?
No, I was not. I had crafted a very fine set of armor for the dragon lords that were out on the sea, and I went to deliver it, and when I came back, it was overrun. So I told Estor and the rest of the group, and they tried getting it back, but they couldn't.
Would not happen to know any more of what is in there.
I just heard about some 3-headed beast, and then a whole bunch of little 2-headed beasts. I have heard, I've asked about it. It's kind of like me home, wanting to know what's going on with it. People that have gone nearby say that they don't see anything of the kind that's been described, that overran it so many years ago, but there are some strange creatures. They walk on 2 legs. They have kind of like leathery skin, they say, kind of like a big reptile almost, but they fight with weapons. They also fight without weapons, but I don't know what's going on. I haven't made it back there, but I can tell you this: even though we sealed the main entrance, there used to be a hidden way in, so that we could take the finest weapons and armor and take it out without attracting too much attention from the other workers there. They weren't all on the up and up, you know. It happens.
Were they also there not with their will?
I'm sorry, what'd you say, miss?
The ones that weren't on the up and up, were they also there against their will?
No, not at all. No, they were good dwarves. They worked hard, but the first war was hard on a lot of people, and some people did things they'd rather have not done to get by. So nothing against them, but we had to make sure the right people got the right things, and so we used the hidden path. It goes, where was it? It's been a long time. I remember you go up, there's a path that goes up the cliff behind a waterfall. Everything else is so hazy. Maybe the heat's finally getting to me, I don't know.
Was it simply a path? Did we have to utter a phrase, touch a stone, do a dance?
No, nothing like
Say
that.
a word?
It was just really well hidden.
Okay.
Did a good job hiding it. That was 500 years ago, so I mean, no
You know
real
of
telling.
any other landmarks beside a waterfall that we know what to look for?
Well, if you follow the road to the entrance, the main entrance, I remember you go a bit further along the path of the river. I mean, there was big rocks, but nothing I can accurately describe to give you a tip. There was no markers or anything of the sort. It was kind of the point. I think you'll be able to find it. You seem pretty,
Crafty.
pretty heroic. That's what I meant. Pretty heroic. You remind me of the old dragon lords. The good ones, at least.
The
But,
good ones.
They, power has a way of doing things to people. That's all I meant.
What was Xander like? Xander Horath.
The finest person I ever met. And I mean that from my soul.
What
That's
color
in-
dragon did he have?
The silver. Balmitria. Most
Okay.
beautiful dragon in the whole fucking world. But I'm not the storyteller. I know you know Kira. She loves stories. If you fancy a story, she's the one to see. And I forget most of the details anyway.
Well, this has been enlightening.
Thank you. Vulcan. We will let you know as soon as we get that clear.
Oh, I think I'll know. I think I'll feel it in my bones. I'll be there quick, I assure you. Well, as fast as my legs can carry me anyway. Is there anything else I can help you amazing people with?
Do you deal in... Oh, sorry, this is an odd question, sort of for friend. Have you ever dealt with weapons that had more of a life to them? Weapons that spoke?
I've heard of such artifacts. That right there. It's nothing like I would make. It looks good, it's just not my particular...
It's too woody for you?
Yeah, there's something about it. It's just not me. If you find any of my other work, you'll know my work and you'll see the difference. I've heard of things like that. Artifacts of such composition, but I never dabbled in any of the sort. It doesn't seem right, giving a weapon its own mind.
Interesting.
Do you know any weaponsmiths who would have?
I remember there were rumors of the forces, the opposing forces, the Fey creatures. They would dabble in such things from time to time. They didn't have the same boundaries I did. But towards the end of the war, they were also more increasingly desperate, so there's no telling what they cooked up. There's no telling what they forged. Did it speak to anybody else, or just you, lad?
No, it's only been whispering to me. Like, I've been telling them what I've been hearing, but she didn't hear anything.
I held it.
She held it before.
Yeah, all it did is made me feel sick.
What's your natural state, miss?
Human.
That could be why. If it was forged by the Fae, it may only seek out the Fae.
It may only like the natives.
I tried bleeding on it, apparently like that more than enough.
It likes blood.
Yeah,
hungry.
It keeps asking me to feed it my blood. Says something about it'll make us more powerful.
There are weapons you can bond with. Normally, it takes a conscious effort, the will of the wielder, to bond with these weapons, and they are known to become more in tune with their body and their mind, and such are more effective. If one is seeking your blood, it may be attempting to do the same thing. It's hard to say. Again, I never dabbled with it personally. Those sentient weapons and weapons that want a solid way of merging with you, for lack of a better term, or out of my scope of expertise, as it were.
All right.
Well, we thank you for your time.
Oh, always got time. That's all I have left. Time and hammers and heat. But I hope it helped.
Yeah, this has been more than enlightening.
Yeah, a pleasure. Next time you come back, we'll have to have a round or two.
Absolutely. I got just the brew for you.
And then me and Lycus just look at each other and wink.
Got it.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Back to business then. He turns and starts working that metal again. shoving into the furnace, coming back. Ching, ching, ching.
Do you guys think that the secret path he was talking about, is the way over the mountains that Dan was also referring to?
I mean, possibly.
Or at least, I think it might be sort of two parts. You could go to the mountains till you hit the main entrance, and then go around, I suppose. Find the back door.
I wonder if there's any maps around here that would have like a waterfall we could look at.
Well, I mean, it's a big city. There definitely has to be a cartographer somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And I would love to crack a bestiary of some kind. I want to know if there's any idea of what we would face in there. 3-headed monster. Does not feel good.
That begets 2-headed monsters.
Well, it begets. And it's better than 3 1-headed monsters. Personally, I feel. At least we don't have to worry about the one.
You say that, and I feel like you just jinxed us.
No, it always goes in my favor. Trust me.
And then, as I'm walking out of the building, I just knock on the door frame.
Euron does the same. So, I believe there's a library here in Astoria. Well, we can start there. I've been there. It's quite nice.
Sounds perfect.
They even let you talk a little bit, which is good. The one in Mitros, they kept hushing us with every other breath.
Yeah, damn those librarians.
If you guys want to go to the library, go ahead. Books is not where I tend to learn. I want to head back to the palace.
I'll go with Ina.
All right.
I'm somewhat of a learned satyr, so I'll go to the library.
Let's hit the books.
All right. So 2 to the library.
No, Ina, she doesn't mean actually hitting books.
Clearly not, and I put my knife away.
All right. So, to the palace and to the library. Let's split the party. Who wants to go first? Library or palace?
I'll go. Palace will go.
Okay. So, you part ways with your friends, make your way up the street, go to the palace. You're led inside, standing there in the large throne room hall. What you doing?
I want to talk to the guy from the Order of Sydon.
Okay. Spend a couple minutes looking around. You find him in a private room, kind of like a bedchamber. Pretty simple. Small table, candle. He's writing things down. Looks to be more like a quick glance. Is kind of like accounting type stuff. X amount of this, X amount of that. The door is slightly ajar, so you can see him there. The candlelight illuminating his face. A bed in the back. Window letting a lot of light in.
Syaanis, this might get ugly. Do you want to come in with me or wait out here?
No, I'm gonna let you go in there alone. Of course I'm gonna go with you.
Okay, so we're going to go in there, and then I'm going to shut the door. Not super loud, but like loud enough to like it'll get his attention behind me.
In the distance, are everyone's doing something stupid senses tingling?
No! Ina's not a stupid character.
Is Ina doing something reckless senses tingling?
Nope.
She's doing barbarian stuff. She's good.
We just
we've
want
got
to
them
Barbarians do
outnumbered. We're
reckless
good.
things.
we just want to go up there and have some words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just talking.
Reason
So-
and persuasion.
So, he startles for a second, turns and looks up, and gets up in his seat. Who let you in here?
I let me in here.
Why are you in my private chambers?
Why did you have your door cracked? Obviously, you wanted some company.
An oversight does not equate to a welcome. It's highly.
And someone in the Order of Sydon is allowed oversights?
What do you
I
want?
need you to do better.
What do you want? I'm
I
busy.
need some information.
Why would I give you information?
Do you want to know the alternative? And I'm like uncomfortably close to this man at this point.
Give me an intimidation check.
I'll back her up.
What are
I'm
you
just
doing to
like-
back her up?
I'm like very slowly just like playing with the spear in the background.
Okay, you got it. Advantage, I know.
That was an 18, by the way, but
Okay.
I'll roll again for advantage. Oh, and I rolled a 19 plus 2, so 21.
Nice.
He kind of shifts his weight back a little bit. I don't want any, I don't think I want to know the alternative. What information are you looking for?
The centaurs that were present at a Norse sacrifice. Who were they?
The gathered tribes under their chieftain.
Who?
I don't know his name.
And I lean in closer. I need you to know his name.
I swear, I do not know his name. Please.
Think.
I'm think.
Shh, shh, shh. The next word out of your mouth is a name.
Hukar.
Very good.
And then I just go ahead and pat him on the back, and I'm like, "You've been a lot of help, moist boy."
It's funny you
Do
say
you know
that.
what?
Go ahead.
Do you know what banner he rides under?
He has his own banner. He was appointed the head of the army by Commander Gaius.
Do you know when Gaius plans on returning to this wonderful city of Astoria?
Not that I know of. I believe he is going to be in Mitros for the near future, at least.
Is the hurricane still raging in Mitros?
I don't believe Sydon has been appeased yet.
Syaanis, do you have any questions for him?
No,
Okay,
I
so
think
oh,
you
no.
covered everything.
I'm going to turn so abruptly that the backside of my body is going to like push him into his desk, like further.
Your hindquarters slam to his chest. He hits the wall. The ink pot spills over on the letters he was writing, and he doesn't even notice. He's just kind of holding himself back, and his eyebrows are up, and his wide-eyed, just kind of staring at you.
And then I'll just walk out, not even look back. Cool guy walking away from an explosion.
You got the cool guy scene. Fair enough. Syaanis, you're following her? Or
Yeah, like there's something I'd like to do, but I know just knowing my luck, it'd fuck up and kill him.
Are you gonna feed your spear?
No. Like, as another intimidation tactic, I was just gonna, like, toss it and have it stop, like, right in front of his face. But I know I'm gonna fuck up that roll. So I'm not gonna risk it.
Alright, you make your way back down the hall. You hear the door, after you get 10 or 15 steps down, you hear the door slowly squeak closed behind you. And proceed on back into Astoria. With your cool guy moment. Alright, so, cut to the library.
If you did not already have a hero point, you would get one. Just from that.
Thank you.
What did she have a hero point from? I forgot.
She had a hero point from me breaking earlier.
Oh, okay. Nice. So, you arrive at the library. It's relatively barren. There's nobody in here at this time. You can't even seem to find an attendant, but it's not very large, but it's well kept. There's rows of scrolls and parchments and books on various shelves in the walls, even some in baskets, like wicker baskets spread throughout the floors. It's pretty easy to make sense of where different types of things are concerned about. What would y'all like to look for?
Divide and conquer. You look for maps, I look for bestiary.
Sure. And then I pull out some puff corn and I start crunching loudly in the library. As I start drifting towards the map area.
It almost starts to kind of echo because everything's so quiet, but he doesn't seem to arouse any attention, at least not at this moment.
That's fine.
So, you hear
The
Lycus
librarian
crunching.
in me wants to murder you.
I look right at you and I go,
Why are you looking at me like that?
would you like a corn?
Sure.
Okay, I'll
Take a
see you in the
handful?
map. Yeah,
Take a
they're
handful
delicious.
and then I'll walk off to the looking through the scrolls and just being like, trying to figure out if there's like the alphabetized, what kind of system, and then try and find where on earth there's a bestiary in there.
Okay.
Mythical creatures, more specifically, if anything.
Okay. You got it. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. And Lycus, if you're looking for, what exactly are you looking for a map of?
What exactly am I looking for a map of?
Try and find the mountain range. Euron's probably
for the
yelling from the
Mythroforge.
stacks.
Yeah. That's right.
Euron's just yelling from the like leaning out from the stacks.
I was like, yeah! I'm looking for any referencing for the mountain range of the Mythroforge, and anything that has to do with the Mythroforge or the area that they were talking about. Anything with lava flows, volcanoes, pretty much anything and everything in that region. Trying to narrow it down.
Okay. Easy enough. Alright, so you also give me an investigation check. What did you roll, Euron?
17.
17. Okay. Lycus,
I got a 14 flat.
14 flat. Okay. So,
love this dice.
Euron. Going through various old manuscripts and books and things of that nature, you find a description after about an hour or so of scanning through various things, and an image with this description. It seems to have been written in Dwarvish and then translated to Common. The translation's not entirely there, but it's functional at least. It describes a beast, a monstrous beast that was present and chased them all a long time ago in the Mythroforge. It is said to take the guise of a very, very large, monstrous-looking canine-type creature with 3 heads that come out of the neck. The eyes glow. There are notes about it being impossible to hide from. or at least very, very difficult to hide from. And there's other notes about it saying that the protection spells and things of that nature had limited effect, if any. This beast was said to have killed over 200 dwarves before everyone else escaped. And they called it a Cerberus.
Sorry for me quietly screaming in the background. I'm going to pick it up and sort of, put back everything that I had been sorting through before and pick up this one and walk over towards where Lycus is to go show him.
There's like 30 books with maps just like haphazardly thrown on the floor. Just like, I'll get it later. I'll get it later. This is an emergency mission. See, like some of them, like I've debinded them. I've opened the rings.
Now you're just trying to fuck with me.
I've opened the knotting for the binding to make sure there was no like hidden maps in the cover. I like pulled the edges back just to make sure there's no secrets in there. Like, no, not this one. That's slowly.
He's gonna jump through this table and fucking strangle you.
I'm gonna jump through the webcam.
Yeah.
As you turn the corner and see this, Euron, Lycus, you had found a crudely drawn map that did in fact say FableForge on it. It looked to be more of a kind of an area map, the area directly around the FableForge. And you're glancing at that, you hear Euron, you hear the footsteps come around the corner of the shelves, and then from the opposite side you hear, "What in the gods are you doing? Get out! And you see this little halfling individual with like this long overcoat and thick glasses on and curly hair come down to his shoulder, start rushing towards you, and he's like grabbing books and like pushing you to the side and trying to pick up everything, and he's kind of shooing you away. Get out! What are you doing? You're destroying everything! All these years of knowledge! Get out! Go!
Yeah, no, we're good. Do I need to sign this? Do I need a promissory for 2-week return? Do you need to take...
I know who you are. I'm talking to Kira. Go! Get out, now!
Okay.
Euron's just watching, holding the manuscript loosely, just like...
Wow, what a meanie.
What did you do to those fucking books?
I found the maps, and I was going to happily return everything where it needed to be until we were rudely rushed out of that place. I'm going to have to speak.
Did they rush me out as well?
They were definitely focused on Lycus.
Oh, well. Like, she was so mean. She wouldn't even let me clean up my own mess. I mean, I'm used to that, but, but still, like, I would have offered.
You need to be nice to the books. I had a friend who was in a library.
Look, I know we have a sentient spear over there. I don't think we got sentient books. But if I find a sentient book, I promise I will be nice to it.
Thank you.
I'll give it ink for days.
Speaking of, here, you can look at this, and I'll show him the picture of the Cerberus. Be like, I think this is what's in there. Not exactly good news, but now we know what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about how to fucking kill it.
Considering nobody has managed, this is a record of the thing in the mine, and that sounds unique. I don't think anyone's managed to.
Yeah, that's not
make
good.
Make an excellent story, wouldn't it?
If we survive, absolutely. I would love to see. I love to have that little twinge of like, I happen to know what's going to happen. So when we go there and we face peril, we already know how to kill it.
Well, let's see. Well, at least
Kira has to know. She's.
Well, perhaps not.
She's got no. Don't you put that on me?
So as you make your way through Astoria,
Euron's going to make a copy of this manuscript. She's not going to take it out. It's too nice looking.
Okay.
But I'm gonna, scribble some notes and kind of sketch like it's like a stick figure, basically, of a three-headed dog. She's not an artsy person. And, stick figure dog. But try and put emphasis on like the creepy looking eyes in this dog's head. And then put the manuscript back where it belongs, and make sure that there's no puffed corn visible for this poor librarian.
Librarian sympathy.
Oh God, the librarian sympathy. And just go. Thank you. Your collection is marvelous. Is there anything I can do to help tidy up the mess my friend made?
No. This is going to take me hours, and I don't even know what is what. Just... And she just is murmuring and rambling and going through stuff.
Kind of lightly pat her on the shoulder, like, there, I'm sorry. Maybe go by the color, like which ones look more aged than the others, and then just go.
You catch up to Lycus, and as y'all are walking amongst the streets, you all come back together, finding Inegh and Syaanis. Information in tow. What's next? Where y'all going next? Anything in particular?
Find anything useful?
Few things. Nothing for our present situation. Should we try the Mithril Forge, or should we try Mitros? Though I hear Mitros still has the hurricane happening.
I think it's imperative we find out how to kill, defeat, or silence a Cerberus. We just go in that thing.
Oh, what?
Euron's going to hold up the manuscript. I can't draw worth shit, but that's all the notes I could find. It's a three-headed dog. A massive three-headed dog.
How big?
Maybe Kira might know something? Maybe?
Yeah.
Big as a house, I think.
Oh.
That sense.
Well,
Does that sound right? How big does it? Did it say? Give it a sense of size?
some of us live in houses bigger than others.
I mean, it would be hard to tell because of who wrote it versus your interpretation of size and everything, but you get the sense that it would be... I mean, they use the word huge when they described it. And I'm not talking about 5D mechanics, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, for a dog-type monstrous beast, this thing is huge.
It's...
I don't think you would get the idea that it's as big as a house. No.
Okay. And it's... Only the descriptor was that it was huge. And that it is extremely hard to hide from. And that it's vicious. That's about the only things we got.
No weaknesses.
That nothing. From what this little says, what little I could find, this is the only one of its kind. So no one's exactly managed to kill one before. And I'm willing, this is a guess, that it means the other minions are smaller dogs. Two-headed ones. This is my guess. We're going to need a lot of dog treats. It was right there. I'm sorry. But I suggest Mitros simply because whoever wrote this was terrified and talked about how dangerous it was. But I would like to be a little bit stronger before going to face something this significant. Not
If
going
we do
anywhere.
go to Mitros, Lycus may find his best friend back there.
I think you're going to need to clarify just a tad. Wait,
Yeah. Oh, you mean that fucker?
Yeah, that fucker.
he went to Mitros.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
that's what his lackey said. And I'm pretty sure that dude wouldn't lie to us. Otherwise, some shit would have gotten real ugly.
So that's why I was vaguely just excited and did not know why. So. But,
Yeah, it
Also,
seems
that's not-
like Sidon's turned his attention onto Mitros.
and considering they were talking about rumors of dragon lords being formed and Gaius being on a dragon, does not bode well.
So, do we think we're strong enough to fight them and not the Forge, or the Forge and not Mitros?
I don't
Well,
know.
actually, I just had an idea. If we go to Mitros, maybe the God of Wisdom would know something about them.
Provided we could even get there.
Oh, yeah. There's also.
Kira, where would you go?
Is Kira here?
Are y'all back? Are y'all back with
She
Kira?
hears me. She hears me everywhere I am. I mention her name, she hears me, and I just have to wait for her to reply. I promise.
I can suggest something to choose at random, but
Lycus.
Yes, Satan?
What's Satan? Who's Satan?
No, it's a cloth.
Darling.
Yes.
That's Saturn.
Yeah. Shh.
Talking to lady bitch.
Wait a minute.
Would you like to be a dragon lord, Lycus?
Absolutely.
I see it in you, you know.
I see it in me too.
Hmm. To be a dragon lord,
Uh-huh.
you have to earn the title, and I can help you with that. I will
I'm
see
listening.
to it that you will be the greatest dragon lord Thylea has ever known.
I'm with you so far.
But first,
This is what
you
Euron's
must help
doing.
me. I need you to destroy Sydon.
Huh.
And
Done. Problem, but it's a plan in the works.
I have heard through your ears about this prophecy. I know what the seer told you. If you are going to destroy Sydon and claim your rightful place as the Dragon Lord of our time, you may want to fulfill the prophecy. You may want to follow the instructions of the Oracle. But whatever you do, I will be with you. I would never abandon my family.
Grandma? Grandma!
You hear nothing, but you feel a
I look
slight.
at the necklace.
You feel a slight pulsing vibration, kind of throbbing lightly against your skin, that soon subsides where the necklace rests upon your neck.
Grandma?
So that's where we're going to end tonight's session at. 11:01. Oh, that man timing. What? So, everybody, hold on, let me kill this music audio real quick because I hear it and it distracts me when I'm trying to tell you guys how much I absolutely love you and thank you so much for coming and spending time with us tonight. I also remembered, go me, on my own without any prompting. I remembered to do the raid.
Nicely done.
Yeah, do the raid and all that good stuff. See, we're getting good at this. We're spreading the love. So I'm just going to try and find a channel real quick. If y'all know of a channel that you would like us to raid, preferably a D&D channel, obviously. Well, I shouldn't say preferably. It is going to be a D&D channel. Y'all just put that in the chat and we'll just raid them. That's fine. So stick around for that, as always. Featherfall is running right now. I really like them. So if you don't have anything else, I'll hit Featherfall up. They're good people. So we'll raid them. Let's see. Before we go, stick around. I'm gonna roll the credit scene to, say thank you to everybody who supported the stream and all that good stuff, and our amazing Patreons who help make all of this possible. But love to all of you as well. I don't think we have any closing announcements, but I guess in the meantime, just stay safe, stay healthy. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. We'll see you all in Discord. Don't forget to spread the word if you like hanging out with us. Please, that would help out a huge amount. And until next time, much love, everybody.